Allow yourself to be just here and now as we give thanks for each and every one that's here today and for the blessings of the Spirit of the living God that's here with us, and all the masters, all the beings of light, the oneness of all things surrounding us, loving us, leading us and guiding us. It's time to move into joy in this world. It seems that we've lacked it for so long. So let's just think of what it feels like to have that joy of the Lord in your heart, all around you. What great peace it brings you. My greatest joy is my relationship with God, and in knowing and affirming and accepting God's blessings with our thoughts focused on the goodness of our Creator. Let us experience joy, strength, encouragement, and inspiration this day. It's up to us to express our inner joy. As we do, it moves through us as waves of gladness that flows into our thoughts, conversations, and actions. There is a fullness of life that we embrace whenever we express the joy of spirit, that spirit which is within us all. We do not create our joy, nor does anyone else, but there is a reservoir of sacred elation that is instilled within our soul by our Creator. The more joy we express, the more gladness of spirit rushes in to fill that reservoir and then spill over into our lives. John 15:11. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. Loving Creator, we give thanks for this moment in time that you've brought us together, that we may share our hearts, our love, our mind, the goodness that you've given us in all things. Thank you for the oneness and the blessing of this day. And so it is. Amen. With what was given this morning in the teachings with Scott, and then the song, it just pulls everything together. We're lost without that breath that we breathe, that life that we live, that life that's living in us and through us. As we begin to open our blinded eyes, as he was teaching, I wish everybody, I hope everybody across the United States hears what you said. He says some things brings it forth so simple as a little child can understand it. But speaking about the blind man, that blind man is all of us, that God opened his eyes. And all those stories in the Bible, it's metaphysical things that's speaking about the spirit of who we truly are. You can take anything that you've been drawn to since you were a little boy or a little girl. If there's a Bible story that really gets you and holds on to you, if you like David and Goliath and how he brought down that Goliath that was telling him he was going to destroy him, and start looking at that in your life. What that's about is the world out there saying, you have no power over me. I can reign over you. I can make you sick. I can bring you down. I can take everything away from you. And it tells you all kinds of things. But here, this little boy, he said, I'll not have anybody talking and putting down my God, the God of all things. And so here was Goliath in all this armor, and this is what humankind is doing right now. Thinking that who I am, I'm a leader of a community, I'm a this, I'm a that. And it's all that they think is bringing them power. The only power there really is the power of the living God that's in all people. You begin to stand up as what you believe, and I don't know where I'm going with this. This is not what I meant to say. But you start standing up for what you believe of the divine in you, and allow that divine in you to begin speak for peace and love and joy and harmony and oneness, but still allow those others to feel the way they want to feel, to be who they are. Because what's happening, those that are seeking worldly power, those that believe in the worldly power and the monies and the gold and the silver will help them to override you. Stand back and see the miracles of God. Stand back and see if those outer walls won't start falling down, that things are going to happen in this world. You hold your peace. Do not be afraid of anything that you think's coming at you or anyone's taking anything away from you, because we're standing in an age like never before. Like never before. Choose this day. Choose this day who you will serve. Will you serve love and peace and harmony, kindness, compassion, joy? And this week I've been hearing joy, all about joy. It seems like Spirit's trying to take me into that place of joy. And everywhere I turn, things happen. But yet bringing back that joy within us, because the joy of the Lord is truly our strength. When we can find peace and happiness, no matter what's going on in that outer world, where sickness or disease or anything is, know that that deep settled peace can come and override any of those things. How do I know it? I've walked it, and you have too if you'll start thinking about it. Think of the times that you were in a place that you didn't think you could overcome, and voila, something happened. Doors opened. Miracles happened. What's happening, we don't have that faith to believe in the power of the living God. That is where? It's in you. Know you not that you are a temple? You're a dwelling place of God. This is the human body, just like this is clothes, that the Spirit of God is within. But it's our age and time right now to open our eyes and see that, open our hearts and feel that. Begin to experience. Experience is what's going to help you step into that place that you will know the truth. You'll know it, and that truth will set you free. We are, do I go there? The word alchemy kept coming up for me this week also, the alchemist. It's like awakening the alchemy within the human form. And what I've been taught was alchemy, or what I've heard, what this alchemy is that which someone could turn in ages past, could turn lead into gold, like the Midas touch. Well, it's just like reading the Bible and finding out the words we're reading. There's something much, much deeper than that in it. Alchemy has to do with and I can't think of his name right now, but there was a gentleman years ago that was coming into that place of an alchemist, and there's been alchemists before on this planet. It still is. But the true alchemist is not looking to turn lead into gold like we've been taught. And when this gentleman began to teach this, the church system, the religious system, took all that material that he came up with and all that stuff that came from his heart and his mind and his very beingness, and what did? They burned it. They trashed it because it's truth. But the alchemy that he was teaching, he said, I'm only wanting to bring this in for one reason: to help mankind. He didn't want to bring this teaching in to make money. He didn't want great wealth or anything else. He wanted these individual lives to be changed and transformed. But it's a transformation of those things that are within us is true alchemy. To take that anger and turn it into peace. That sadness into joy. That blindness of unseen truth to be seen. The words of love and peace to be heard. until this knowledge begins to fill this whole earth. You are the alchemist of this day. That alchemy is about changing vibrational frequencies from its lowest place to its highest, coming into the oneness of who you are. Christ in us, the divine in us, is the hope of this world. We talk it, but we don't walk it for the majority of us. We think we see it, but we won't step into it. We're afraid. We're afraid. Many of you here have heard that voice, that inner voice speaking to you at times. More than likely, every single one of you did when you were a child. And if you mentioned to somebody, oh, that's your imagination. Then as you get up in your teens or so, and you're seeking, and you're in the quiet space, and you begin to feel someone's presence there. Or maybe someone's even passed away, grandmother or granddaddy or mother, daddy, brother, sister. You begin to feel their presence and hear their voice. Oh, you're hallucinating. There's something got to be wrong with you. Have you ever heard that one before? But as you begin to open your heart and follow that guidance, there is so much truth that you can find in the stillness of your being. Many of you have walked with masters in your dreams and in your world. You know, when I was in my 20s, it was like during dream time or just being still, I would hear, I would think then, instead of putting it out there, verses that would come from the Bible and explanations from it. And over and over, they would tell me, this will surely come to pass. I can't help doing this because of you, Al. So, I was wondering where I was going with this. So he came in one day, he and some friends, I guess it was, and when we first met, we started talking about we were getting the same information. So we just kind of clicked like brother and sister. And so he started talking about the great invocation. And as he did, we started talking about other things that we had heard and other things that we felt. And then when a group started studying about the masters or the hierarchy, there's many beings that have walked this place, this planet, and this is our same path too that we're walking. We walk until we come into mastership, just like you get a degree in college or anything. I believe that this world, you come here for many reasons, I'm sure, but it's to become a master. Pathway to mastership. And that mastership is not a master over some big degree or anything like that. It's to become a master over your own thinking, feeling, actions, speech. To become a master like our brother Jesus. Like some of these other, if you begin to get into the masters, you'll find that these beings have been here and they're still watching over us, and they're coming in right now. There's probably masters, just like Jesus going down the road to Emmaus, and he sees these two people over there talking about the resurrection and all this and what they did to Jesus, blah, blah, blah. He comes up to them, he talks to them. They walk and they say, well, come on home with us and have a meal. They didn't recognize him. They didn't recognize him until he broke bread and blessed it. And then they thought, oh, this is Jesus. This is the living Christ among us. Their eyes were open. And we could be with a master today, tomorrow. You could have had a dream about one. But your eyes were not open to what they were saying or what they were giving or serving to you. But now we're in a frequency as we begin to work on ourselves. And I believe every single one of you in here is working on yourself to be the best self that you can be, the best person you can be. You begin to pay attention to what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're acting. There's something calling you to watch your own language, your own actions, because someone's watching you. Not only the hierarchy or beings in higher places, they're there to help assist you, but that little boy, that little girl, that brother, that sister, that neighbor, oh, look over there what they just did. You know, the minister, they're good in the pulpit, but did you know where they were last night? I went over to that place, and oh my, it's a rowdy place, and he wasn't in there to save souls, I'll tell you that. And I've heard stories like that. Maybe you have too. People can be in high places, but they don't want you to find out about what they're up to, but they're not walking their talk. And I'm not here to put anybody down, because what happens is for us, we make those turns. You may become an alcoholic or whatever, a drug addict. It's not to say that anybody's bad. No, you're walking that walk. Why? To overcome it. To overcome it. I believe we're souls that incarnate to learn different lessons, lifetime after lifetime. And when we come in, maybe I was making fun of someone else. Maybe I was thinking, how could that person be doing that? Well, you better watch it, because you might find out you'll do that. Because I remember doing that to a friend that was a minister. I thought, how could that person do that? Wasn't long I found out I fell right in that same hole. So you don't criticize unless sometimes it's going to come back at you. Then guess what? You learn how that happened. You learn how you fall into that place. So it's a part of really watching what we're thinking and feeling and talking. But I'm not up here to tell you to do anything. I'm not here to tell you to ever change your life. Yeah, I was raised in that Baptist church. And we had that altar call every Sunday, every Wednesday, and anytime we had revivals. And I had some of my cousins and stuff to go down, and I knew just what they did the next week. Keep going through those valleys until you overcome them, is what it was about. But yet, we are really at the place now, I believe, that strength is coming in. Love is coming in. And you're not working on these things by yourself, folks. You are not. What you desire, just like Deb was singing, when I'm longing for that, I'm longing to overcome, I truly want to be better than I am, then you can find assistance from angels coming in your life. They can be angels or masters that are in the unseen world. They can be the ones that's right by your side. But when Al started sharing different things, I kind of got aggravated with him. He was telling me what was going to happen. What was going to happen? And that one, and this, that, and the other. And he said, it will shortly come to pass. I said, Al, I've heard that for over 40 years, and I'm tired of it. And I've told Spirit that, because shortly to Spirit, that's nothing, I guess. It could be millions of years. How do I know? But I found out that these things that I kept putting myself down for, to think this can't be real, they're real. And I know the reason I'm saying it here now today is because I know you've experienced these things. You've experienced things in spirit that you've been afraid to say. And it could be either or spirits that I'm talking about. The ones that want to drag you, come on, let's do this. Or the ones that want to lift you up and say, be that light, be that being in this world. That you have, others will desire it. And you'll begin to draw people to you, or you to people. You'll begin to find what came up for me not too long ago is my tribe. My people, our people, the people that can work together for what? The glory of transformation and uplifting in this world and in this universe. I'm hearing a song, folks. But it's about, I come to put an end to strife. I come that you might have life. I come that you might be free. fulfill your destiny. Surely we can let all other stuff melt aside. I'm hearing it, but I'm not going to sing it. If I did, it would all come out. But it's a myth that you should worship me. Worship the Spirit of the living God. Jesus, actually in a dream, he came to me. And I was so weak in the dream, it's like my spirit fell out in front of him. And of all things he had to say was, he reached down for my hand and he said, bow to no one except your Father, which he called the Father, the loving Creator. We are here to stand in our light and our love and our power. And so, saying all that, I guess this is how this great invocation came up this week, and I decided to share it with all of you. All these things are not just for one denomination or anything else. It's for all the world. If you would read it with me, the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. That light and love and power of God, it's in you to help restore the true plan of each and every one of us becoming masters over our own self, to be the best individual that we could ever be. I want to say, and so it is. Do you feel that presence? Can you feel that movement in you? It's your very life. It's your peace. It's your joy. Allow that to begin to be there and flow out from you. That living spring, that well of life. So one little smile may change another person's life. Opening a door. Giving someone a hug. Love is who we are. How do we ever get to this place? I'm hearing it's because it's me, 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 me. It's all about us. It's all about what I want. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing Jesus washing the feet of the disciple. He took the lowest position to help raise people up to where he was or where he is. We don't have to be on top all the time. We don't need to be that big ego saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. The only one that needs to be judging you is you yourself. You are your own judge. And someday you will see it through eyes, that inner eye, that you know it's time to release things and guide yourself into higher frequencies, or you're just stuck for a long time. In what? Pain and agony. In feeling like that you don't have, in poverty, in sickness, in disease. I'm not saying that that creates it. I don't know how to express what I'm feeling inside. But those things that we may think that we would like to see others go through, you better watch it. It boomerangs if it's something negative. And evidently someone has thought those before. Probably many of us. I wish so-and-so would such and such or whatever. Even our people that maybe somebody did me wrong song is coming up. And a lot of you people have had that somebody done me wrong song, right? I have too. But in that, we can't keep giving out. And I hope they get back the same thing. You can't do that. I mean, you can do that, but how's your relationships going now if you're doing that? It'll bounce back on you. What we think is like a boomerang. What we say is like a boomerang. And it's not one of those boomerangs that won't come back, I'll guarantee you. Sometime, somewhere, that boomerang is going to come back to you. It's going to come back to me. So if we can put out the joy and the blessings, hoping that that person will find the right person for them, or hoping they'll find peace or love or joy, contentment, whatever it is, send out the goodness to everybody. I know someone was telling us last week about her son lost his job, and it just devastated him. But guess what happened? Another job opened up. He is making way more than that job. And what does he, some of the bad things in life can turn out to be good things. So when you're walking through those valleys, just look forward to what it's going to bring forth when you're looking for the highest and best. And to be together, to begin to understand how we create and draw things to us or from us to be manifest in the world. We are manifestors. We're reaching that place of doing those things that come forth from our heart and our soul that make a difference in our life and all those around us. So you are very blessed to be just who you are, just the way you are, right here, right now, for you were born for this age that you're in right now. So when you hear talk of wars and rumors of wars, yes, it's out there. And that war is going on inside of us individually. It's that battle that keeps happening. But as we clear that up and rise above that, without criticizing ourselves or others, is what I'm hearing, but to know that you can make a difference in your own life with the spirit of that divine energy that's in you, working with you and through you, that you will overcome, and others around you will also, because they want to be like you. I'm hearing that song, I want to be like Jesus. I want to be just like Jesus. That's all I ask. Let me be like him all through life's journey, from earth to that glory. That's all I ask. Let me be like him. I think that was my prayer when I was a little girl. I may not make it this lifetime, but my goal is to be just like him, to be the love, to be the goodness, to have that wisdom, that light, that love, that power, that glory. But it's not for anything else except for that to help mankind. It's not to have a cathedral or to bring in millions of dollars. We're here to free our soul from these bonds of flesh. The flesh longing for something out there. Allow the Spirit to teach you how to know that all things are possible as you believe, as you give forth. The giving forth does come back, I know that. I've experienced that. I'm still experiencing that. But not like the Baptist preacher was teaching. If you put so much money in that plate, that offering plate, I don't care if you put every penny, you're going to get it all back. No, don't listen to that stuff. That's somebody just wanting something from you. When you're doing things because you want to do them out of the goodness of your heart and think nothing of it, whether something comes back, and I'm not talking about just money, anything. Buying somebody a meal, not expecting them to buying you one someday, or giving somebody a present or a gift that you feel that they need at that time. When you do those kind of things, those are the things that you won't even be thinking of, but sometimes when you need gas or whatever, something just shows up for you when your pocket is empty. I've literally opened my pocketbook and had nothing in it and then turned right around and looked again and there was a 20. Years ago when $20 to me was $100 or more. I've been there. But I'm just sharing this with you because I know these things happen. And I want you to know things happen. That you can rise above all these things. Is there anything anybody would like to say? I like people to talk to me because I'm not the only person here to speak. Yes. Just 1 second, honey, so they can hear you.
I just want to say, I pray for anybody that's been through any type of trauma in their life, and working really hard to create a program for people that's to overcome those things. Because we don't know, it kind of affects us, lots of things, it affects us when we grow older and we have relationships. You know, we do things that normal adults don't do because of the trauma that we've experienced as a child. So I like to keep the people that are going through that in prayers.
Sure would.
You need me in prayers. You know, just pray that I keep on striving on, and I appreciate y'all listening. Amen.
Appreciate you, babe. Appreciate you being here and sharing that because something else came up to express with you. So often there's been so many children, especially now. I've just, in the past few years, learned of some horrible, horrible things. And when it was around COVID time when it opened up to me. And I actually told Spirit, I don't want to see this. I mean, things that kids go through. And Spirit spoke and said, you're going to have to see it. You're going to have to see it. Mankind will have to see this to start doing something about it. And we're going to see things and hear things from now on. You won't even believe it's true. There's truth in it. But there's so many beings that have been born that are coming here and have come here to shed their beautiful light in this world. And you wrestle not against flesh and blood. We're wrestling against powers and principalities in high places. What better thing can those principalities do for their own desire than destroy a little one's strength, to make a little one hate, to want a little one to steal and kill and hurt because of all the pain and hurt they've gone through. That's why when you look at another person and wonder how could they do that, is because we haven't walked in their shoes. We don't know what they've gone through to get to that place of where they've been. So we're here to open our hearts to all people that's going through pain and suffering. And they are the ones that can really help other people, just like yourself. You walk through these valleys and your heart will open where you know exactly what's going on for them. And you can help them rise up again. You can help them be strong and whole as you hold that light and see that God within them. Let them know that they're not alone. And I don't care what anybody says about another person or what we take on about ourselves. When we begin to wake up to the truth that I didn't even finish high school. Well, I finished high school, but I didn't have a college degree, didn't have the money. My parents were dead. But I had jobs that I had daydreamed that I wanted. I wanted to work in the medical profession. I offered washing somebody's feet out with a podiatrist. I told him I'd take $1 an hour for that, and if it didn't work out, just let me go. From that, I met someone else that worked at Bowman Gray School of Medicine. He wanted to hire me. I told him I didn't have a master's degree. He needed a nurse. I wasn't a nurse. He said, come on over, let us interview you anyway. And I said, well, if you want to hire me, I'm not a nurse. I'll be glad to do it, and you teach me what you want to teach me. If I don't work out, just let me go. I got hired. I began to God opened doors for me like I would have never believed. I worked for a neurologist. From a neurologist, I set up, we were the first sleep lab to ever open here on the East Coast. They were in the out west. And I was the first one to help bring that in. Doors open, just kept on opening without a degree. My other thing I wanted to do was be a minister when I was a little girl, so I could tell people about my God, and Jesus is God. A God that loves you, a God that does not punish you, a God that does not hate you for your wrongdoings, but is there with open arms anytime you want to receive it. All that happened. It's a reality. It's not just a dream that I had. And here I am today, and I've been here for 30 years in this place, or in Unity. And if I can do it, this little girl that I imagined that was about 4 or 5 years old that already had her dream set, but had no way to get there, anyone on this planet can fulfill their dreams with God being with them and turning to that divine for answers when you were stuck. How did I know how to do these things? It was like something in me would guide me every time I was doing something. Every time a new job happened, I wanted to be my best, but it didn't come from books. I did start reading stuff, but it came from just an open heart and believing all things are possible. So anybody here that feels you're lacking in any way of doing and fulfilling your dreams, you just be still. Be willing to step into those places that the doors will open. And I see you all being prosperous and healthy and helping other people to understand there's a God within you, the Spirit within you can help you do all things. And so it is. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here with us. You want to say something, Al?
I'd like to sing a song called His Eyes on the Sparrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that in
A cappella. Because I wasn't brave enough to do it.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should shadows fall? Why should my heart be weary in search of heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eyes on sing because I free. For his eyes and I know he watches me.
So everyone recognize how wonderful life is. And I'll close with the daily word of joy. I rejoice in the living presence of joy. To be joyful at all times can seem unrealistic, even impossible, because there will inevitably be moments that are anything but joyful. But joy isn't about outer events or circumstances. It is an aspect of our divine nature, because joy rises up from the presence and the power of spirit within, and nothing in the outer world needs change for us to embody it. With this understanding, I am reminded that brilliant stars lighting the midnight sky may be hidden by passing clouds, yet they continued their glorious journey through the heavens. Our joy is like that. Whatever clouds besets, challenges, or fears may obscure it, joy still thrives beyond appearances, radiance and wholeness calling you to remember, I too am the living presence of light and joy. You too, we are that light and that love and that living joy. That presence is you. In Psalms 32:11, be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all ye upright in heart. Our loving Creator, I give thanks for this day. May the words that were spoken earlier this morning and on into the day today and even into the evenings, may we step into places where that light and that love can minister to us, and that we will have that positive attitude wherever we go, that we can have that change that energy that is low of frequency to help rise it up wherever we are, as others begin to join with us, and all of this love and peace and power and understanding of truly who we are begins to fill this whole earth. May your spirit begin to move in this world, in this nation, and beyond, even out into the outer limits of everywhere, everything, that we may wake up and recognize we are all one and all that we are. And so it is. Thank you, God. Amen. 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 If the ushers would please come forward.